but just at a lower investment. If you're having a question whether or not it's a product or service that maybe it was beneficial then, but not really now. So, what could we do around that? And so, that is maybe you need to adjust it to be a benefit in today's marketplace. The other thing is, hey, John, thanks for joining. The other thing, hey, Shelly, the other thing is if it didn't serve in some way, or if it's something that's not relatable today, look at what you could do to recreate something that is going to be beneficial today that you can actually market. I know, hey, Janice, I know I had this discussion with someone, one of my clients last week, that was wanting to put out a free something. And what I said was, let's create a give back product, a give back, and not have it as a free. Hi, Ann. So we've got people from around the country joining in that I can see. I really appreciate that. And so one of the things that I really have this awareness that many in our community, we have a lot of heart and we want to give away as much as possible. And this client did too. And what I suggested was a couple of things. You know, you could charge just a little bit and give permission to people to let go of a little bit of resources that you could put back into the economy. But you're also, when we have a what I call skin in the game, people have more of a tendency to take what we have as more valuable. They'll actually implement and use it. And so what I looked for is how can we do the give back as well as receive? And so she put together a program where she was doing a $10 per person for this webinar she was putting on. It's high value. And she had 90 people sign up for it. And that was last count. I think there may have been more now. But so she created a $900 revenue where she was just going to give it away for free. I believe that the people that are receiving the information are going to see it as higher value. They're going to get a bigger benefit out of it. And she is actually helping her family. So it goes back to that win-win scenario. How do we do that? And so I'd like to give you a couple of action steps that I'm thinking about. Hey, Beata, is look for your give back. Look for something. Isabella, thank you for joining. It is like look for a give back offer. Hey, Rhonda, uh, the that small item, the thing that you could put out there that is going to be of a very welcome benefit. It's a very needed benefit, a timely benefit, but maybe it's something that you're not doing at the retail level. One of the things that I've decided to do, a lot of people that have benefited from the process of what I call get statements on how to reprogram your thinking, how to reprogram the reticular cells in our brain so that we see the opportunities. I'm going to be doing that for a very, very low investment, probably the same thing that my client did, maybe $10, whatever. But the thing is that I'm going to be putting it out as a give back. Or I may just do it to where they could invest in the book if they choose to and do it as a pure give back on the program itself. It really doesn't matter, but it's about staying in the game. So look for your give back product. And then really look at releasing what you can on after this is over. What are you setting yourself up for success and for connection? And that's why I really deem success as connection. Building the relationships after this is over. It's one of my clients earlier today said, I wonder what life is going to look like a year from now. And I thought that was a really good question. So what are we doing now to prepare for them? And then look how to maybe support other people. If you don't have a product or service right now that may be appropriate to really market, what is it that other people have that you know that you could share in the revenue? It's called affiliate marketing. Most people in the marketplace have that in place, but so that you can help them get their good word out, the benefits to the people that you know, but also share in the benefits monetarily as well. The real thing is how to keep everything going. How to, I've been doing this with the restaurants that I enjoy going to. One is Panda Express. And many of these operations, they're national firms, but they're owned individually. And I went there yesterday and I said, how can I, how are things going? And he goes, we're making enough money to pay all of our salaries so we don't have to close the doors, and it's okay. And that's the thing that, again, how are we getting through this together and having that permission to receive in such a way that we're actually giving as well? And so it's really, for me, never been more important at all about the three things that I teach about being seen, don't be the best kept secret, be safe, no agenda, be there for service, but also be there with the opportunity to engage with what you have to offer. Hey, Carrie, how's California? Hey, Brandon, nice to see you here too. The what is it that you have that can be a benefit, but without an agenda? If they choose not to, connect with you monetarily in some way, that's okay. It's about being there for them at the moment. And then be relevant. Having a product or service that's not only in your mind knowing that it's needed, but it's now desired in the marketplace. Change is never easy, and change usually doesn't happen unless there's a certain pain point that is created in the marketplace or what we have going on around us. Hey ho. And what we're seeing now is that the pain level in the world has increased. And so how can we serve that, not take advantage of that? It's not about being that. In fact, there was, I think I may have mentioned that last week as well. I got an email saying the sneeze of death. What your government, it was just a fear mongering. It was taking advantage of people in, a very desperate time. And, that is wrong. But how can we support? How can we create a sense that this too will pass? But how can we make it better for them as they go through this? How can we help them lay a foundation to where when this does pass over us, that they're not starting over from scratch, that they still have some momentum. And for me, momentum, again, the definition of that is not speed, it's movement. And so how can we keep the whole thing running while we go through this? So, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. I always ask this at the end of the Facebook Lives. If there's a topic or a subject, same thing. If there's something you'd like me to address on these Facebook Lives, I come and do these every Thursday. Please let me know. Reach out. Let me know what works or what you would like to have discussed here, or if there's a program or something else that you would like to see created from my community. I'm here to serve and just appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day wherever you are. We will get through this. I know that we are going to start maybe feeling a little more cabin fever. Here in Colorado, there is a statewide stay-at-home now. And so we're feeling the confinement when it's really nice outside. But because of that, it's a little bit of a price to pay, but it's going to be okay. We're going to do it together, and we're going to come out better for it at the other end. So with that, love you guys. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.